Now, amid all of the excitement of race day, there will be someone very important missing this year. This is the very first Cleveland Marathon to go on without legacy runner Jim Mackert, who would have run his 48th race this year, but sadly, he passed away in February.
Be a big gap. I mean, he was a wholesome part of our race. He was always there to help us. Not only did he want to run the race, he wanted to help the race, and that meant a lot to us. And he was part of our team.
That was Cleveland Marathon President Jack Staff reflecting. Here at 3 News, we have followed Jim's journey from the very beginning. Our own Jimmy Donovan even interviewed him early in his running career.
And more recently, our Lindsay Buckingham had the privilege of getting to know Jim over the last several years as he continued doing what he loved most, running marathons, well into his late 80s. Here's more on his lasting legacy.
For decades, his face was the most familiar at the Cleveland Marathon.
42 years of finishing right here in Cleveland.
Volunteering at expos and smiling at race participants was as easy as breathing for him.
Here it comes. Yeah.
This Sunday, for the first time in race history, Jim Mackert won't be at the starting line.
It's so different.
At 88 years old, in the place filled with the people he loved most, Jim finished the most important race of his life.
He had a heart attack and he
died at home.
His family now finding comfort in memories.
I used to idolize like pro athletes, like football, baseball players. But I had my father in the house that was doing marathons and 6 kids. I'm like, that's my role model. That should have been my idol. And I was just a stupid kid. I was a fool.
How do you do it?
Determination.
I first met Jim in 2019 in the Black River Reservation for a training run. He was 82.
Keep up with you. I'm running with the master.
And I was winded. We met again in 2023. Nothing had changed.
I'm always chasing you, so I feel like I need to pull you back a little bit.
Just hold my arm.
All right, let's do that.
I always knew seeing Jim meant getting a dose of joy. He just had that way of making you feel welcome.
Look at my family here. It's fantastic.
He poured his heart into 2 great loves, his family and a 70-year running journey.
The week he passed, I saw him twice that week, doing a loop around the college where he would run.
In fact, that's what he did until his very last day on Earth.
He ran 6 miles, 2 hours. I can't believe it.
His passing was as peaceful as his soul.
I mean, he didn't suffer, so I'm happy for that.
Right.
And while his feet may no longer hit the pavement, his presence will never fade from the course.
Whenever I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. Up here we start.
It wasn't just about the miles he put in, and there were plenty. 45 Cleveland marathons, 2 half marathons, and 3 Boston marathons. What really mattered were the connections he made along the way.
When we were at the funeral home for the wake, all the people coming through the line telling us stories on how they knew him and how they met him.
Or how Jim inspired them. His son Tim knows this well.
I definitely learned work ethic and the discipline and dedication from him. He'd run these 10K road races and they'd have a mile fun run. He'd take me there and I'd do the mile fun run. So that's what got me started running.
This weekend, Jim's legacy lives on with each step, especially for granddaughter Lauren, who'll now run in his honor instead of by his side. He showed us the true meaning of going the distance.
If you put your mind to it and then you work hard, you can accomplish it.
He encouraged more people that we know.
As the starting gun fires this Sunday, many will begin their journey, but all will carry the memory of a man who finished his race exactly the way he lived it. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Lindsay, thank you. Beautifully told. Jim's going to be missed. Make no mistake about that. The Cleveland Marathon plans appropriately to have a moment of silence at the beginning of Sunday's race, of course, in honor of Jim.
I just think it's incredible that someone is so dedicated to a sport. You can tell it just kept him going, literally and figuratively. It's just his passion.
That was his passion. What a legend. 45 Cleveland marathons.
Definitely missed.